सफीर पाकिस्तान, आपके जज्बों का तर्जुमान। वतन से दूर, वतन की आवाज और आपकी पहचान।
सफीर पाकिस्तान, बाएतमाद नुमाइंदों की टीम के साथ सफीर पाकिस्तान सबसे पहले और सबसे आगे।
Safir Pakistan actively works to strengthen the bond between Pakistani Americans across the nation.
अमरीकी सियासत में अहम किरदार, मुसलसल अवामी प्लेटफॉर्म सफीर पाकिस्तान।
I really appreciate Waqar Ali Khan, who carries this process very well indeed.
पल पल की खबरें और कम्युनिटी राब्तों के साथ लगातार। बढ़ते और कामयाब व कामरान लोगों की दास्तान आप तक पहुंचाने में सबसे पहले सबसे आगे।
Putting up a great program, running an excellent platform for bringing like minds together.
हर जगह, हर पल आपका अपना सफीर पाकिस्तान नजर आता।
बिस्मिल्लाहिर्रहमानिर्रहीम, अस्सलामु अलैकुम। नाज़रीन, आपका मेज़बान वक़ार अली खान हाज़िर खिदमत है प्रोग्राम सफीर पाकिस्तान के साथ। आपके जज्बात और एहसासात का तर्जुमान, सिर्फ और सिर्फ सफीर पाकिस्तान। राब्तों का एक नाम, ऑफ कोर्स सफीर पाकिस्तान। नाज़रीन, आप साल से सफीर पाकिस्तान की नशरियात देख रहे हैं और आपने माशाल्लाह अभी तक 5 से 6-7 हज़ार लोगों से मुलाकात कर चुके हैं सफीर पाकिस्तान के ज़रिए। सफीर पाकिस्तान एक नामवर और एक ब्रांड है कम्युनिटी का, जो साल से खिदमत में पेश है। नाज़रीन, आज भी प्रोग्राम भरपूर है, हमेशा की तरह आज भी एक मुलाकात है और वो हर मुलाकात एक से एक होती है। तो देखते रहिए प्रोग्राम सफीर पाकिस्तान और मिलते रहिए लोगों से, एक से एक लोगों से।
Faber Fusion is a company run by clinicians. When we are looking at a patient, we are looking at the patient's medical needs first. Patient is in the comfort of his or her home. They're watching the TV, they're doing their chores while the infusion is going on. And patient's copay and deductible will be much lower if done at home than in the hospital setting. Home infusion, all in all, is a winning place for getting infusions done.
That's the future, I think.
Yeah. Now I'm coming to the defense side.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. There's a lot of issues when the war take place, something happened with two countries. You know, they first try to attack on the grid to stop the supply, electric supply. So do you think you have a technology to all this defense and other countries sustain electricity?
Yeah.
Through your battery power?
Well, okay, I'll answer it this way. We've all looked at a digital television, right? Now, sometimes you can have a failure and the whole television goes dark. It's gone. Nothing works. Mm-hmm. That's today our macro grid. You can have like a problem in New York and it spreads to the whole East Coast. So the grid is interconnected and one problem can relate to the rest of the grid. Let's use another example with this digital television. You lose one pixel, you don't even notice it. Well, in the case of this microgrid, if this grid goes down, the next one right next door is still up. So I think in the context of setting up a more robust infrastructure, we should develop systems that are independent, not overly connected, locally connected, and redundant. Then you might have 2 or 3. Their redundancy is built in, but it doesn't need to be related to the next town. And then if you have a problem, it doesn't take the whole string down. So I think in the context of developing robustness for anything like defense purposes, a grid that is somewhat independent and redundant is going to be more robust.
Excellent. So tell me about your factory one.
Yeah.
What is the business size, or
Yeah.
since how long this you operating?
Sure.
Just give me a little bit my introduction to my audience.
Yeah, so we have a factory in Michigan. The total square footage or square meters, 100,000 square meters or 1,000,000 square feet between our factory and our product development engineering center.
Okay.
Our factory is about 2/3. We have announced a program to build grid batteries. And in the future, by about 2028, we expect to make automotive batteries as well. The workforce, the size of our company is small. We're in just below 200 people. We have done about $40 million total in sales and having customer activity.
Yearly.
So we're very young in our journey. We have about 1,800 batteries that are in trucks right now, collecting miles. And but next year our contracts swing up with grid utility batteries.
I see. So is the company the private limited?
Private, yeah.
Do you have any future plan to go public?
Yes, eventually we'll go public. We'll need public money support, and at the right time we go public, but we won't rush that because actually it's dangerous as a company to go public before you're ready. So we'll wait until the revenues and the markets are stable and that our predictability is better. We're energy transition also means that we're building a product for a future market.
Future market.
When we build the product, we have to also wait for the market to come. So we're building a new product, we're waiting for the market, we're building a new product. We're kind of maturing the market as we go. It doesn't happen overnight. It takes some serious commitment and investment stability from all of the people that support the company. But we think that this transition is already well underway in China. Therefore, if China as a society has adopted the electrification movement in generation, storage, and batteries for grid, batteries for cars, the West will also do the same. It used to be, by the way, the West would lead, right? Well, guess what? Remember the example of Africa? It's dark. Well, China needed a solution for energy, and they invented the next step faster.
Faster.
Because they needed it. We didn't really need it. We have gasoline, we have grid, we have everything we need. We have kind of infrastructure. So therefore, our motivation.
How do you compare solar and the battery?
How do I?
Compare solar energy and the battery energy.
Okay. Well, solar energy is a way to generate. It takes the place of, say, natural gas. It takes the place of hydro. Solar is a way to collect. But if the sun goes down, you can't use that. So the only way to use solar for a microgrid like this is to pair it with battery. So you collect energy during the day, and then you donate that energy to the homes and businesses at night. And that pairing of solar battery is a way to have 24/7. If you don't have battery, you lose any advantage for solar during the nighttime. So
I see.
that's why you need that.
So where you see the future of the electric car?
Well, first, one of my mission points is to make the range of an electric car 1,000 kilometers. It has to be 1,000 kilometers.
But you have done 700
Miles, which is
battery.
over 1,000 kilometers. Yeah, that's right. That's right. Why do I think that this is important? Because actually driving somewhere where you don't have charging is a common occurrence. Especially in a vast area, you need sometimes, corner case, 5 times a year, you take a long trip. And in that case, you don't want to worry about infrastructure so much. So one aspect of adopting an electric car is good range. So I think the future of EVs will be around 1,000 kilometers range. The second thing I'll say is that electric vehicle infrastructure, where you charge, needs to be more uniform and standard and available, kind of like gas stations are today. If you drive your gasoline car, do you ever worry about getting gasoline? Never.
No.
But if you drive your electric car, you need to think a lot.
Yep.
So you have to see that we're in the early days of
Tell
infrastructure.
me, what is the future of the EV centers? Is the business going to be grow?
Oh, for sure. Yes. I think
Do
electrification.
you think it's a good business to be in?
Yeah, I think here's why. We talked about Pakistan. If Pakistan had every car being an electric car, let's just think about that. Then what would happen is the cars would no longer be charging from work. You know what they would be doing? You plug your car into your business and you power the business, and the business pays you. Then you go home, you plug in your home, and at nighttime the hydroelectricity is filling the battery up. And all of a sudden the consumer who owns a car like that is earning money as part of the utility grid.
Oh,
That's the future.
I see.
Yeah.
Okay, that's very neat.
We have to build the future. We have to dream it up. We have to be proactive
Have
in
you ever given
finding.
thought to making the EV invention a very unique type of the running through solar or something?
Yeah, I think that in the case of a very hyper efficient, very lightweight, very capable solar car, that's a great invention, and that will come. I would predict that we're on a road right now where the future of cars will achieve that, where some modest performance can be done with solar. For example, in cities. What do I think about inventing a car? I think for now, the component that enables the future is the battery. In 1800s, the tanker, the oil tanker, was invented. Now, oil was very well known. It was very important, but it became very industrially relevant and successful. It became an economic force because of the oil tanker. Because until you could take the oil out of the ground, put it in a boat, and move it to the other parts of the world, countries that had oil didn't have any way to use the resource. So batteries are the new tanker. So I think for me, let's invent the right battery. Let's work on that. Like the oil tanker, let's work on that first, and then we'll see what the future brings after that. Inshallah.
Nice. Okay. Mr. Jaz, definitely it's your passion,
It's my passion.
definitely, and you are doing successfully this project. You're a very successful entrepreneur. So, what other thing you do in your life when you have a free time?
Well, I'm married and I have children, and I have 3 grandchildren by Allah's grace, and therefore I have the other passion of my life is to be a father and grandfather and husband, to be in a setting where I can see also service. If you think about a very important idea in Islam, which is the ultimate faith and worship of God, requires service to mankind. Those are the 2 sides of the coin that I sort of practice. So if I can engage in service with my family, that's a wonderful way to spend time. For example, volunteering, conducting humanitarian missions, working in disaster relief, working alongside my colleagues in building hospitals, we're working on a competition to design a better water well right now. Water wells are there, but they're kind of complicated. So we've now kicked off a student competition in the United States, like the solar car competition, to design a well by engineering students that exceed the performance of today's water wells by cost, efficiency, and durability, so that people have access to water, because that's a huge problem. Access to water has become another big measure of society's strength.
The
Exactly.
next war is going to be on the water.
You're right, because they're diverting rivers and the clean water supplies are drying up. So what I like to do is say that I work on this energy industry. My passion that's complementary to that is figure out how to work in service ways with my family, and many different projects in that regard.
So you also you are a philanthropist too.
A what?
Philanthropist,
Yes.
definitely. Okay.
Try.
Should I talk about it?
No.
Or
No.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you love the social welfare work. You want to support
That's our faith. You and I share the same faith.
Same faith.
So because of that, we also have a duty to also service the needs of other people. That's
Do
right.
you like American politics?
To be honest with you, I think that when I grew up, we revered the leaders as being educated, as being, let's call it, duty bound, and we aspired to go into governance. Like, who wouldn't, as a kid, want to be the president, right? I think globally, it's fair to say that we have lost a little bit of that incentive for the youth of our nation that's bright, full of ideas, full of energy, to aspire into leadership position. Why is that? Because our government is operating like bodies that are Team A and Team B. Understand the people's problem and let me go fight to solve it. It doesn't matter whether I'm on Team A or Team B, because I'm actually on the team for the public. Good.
Even the public.
Exactly.
So how do you see the role of the Pakistani American contributing in America in the area of engineering, science, technology, medical?
My mom and dad both were professors at Virginia Tech. And growing up, they would bring their grad students, many times Pakistani, and they would even live in our house. And I got to know a lot of grad students growing up. And what I would say to you is that Pakistanis have a great work ethic, but inherited a phenomenal mathematics and physics and capability in the arts, sciences capacity, to the point where they're globally relevant and they lead. So I think Pakistani Americans have great opportunity to lead. I don't think enough of us, frankly, living in the West, spend time trying to understand the needs of Pakistan and to help. So that's on me right now as well. Like I told you, it's been 20 some years since I've been back to Pakistan. That is something that Pakistani Americans should work on, is how do we engage in a way that might benefit our home country and that of our ancestors. But then Pakistan needs to also find a strategy that invites entrepreneurs, that gives entrepreneurs a setting in which they can be relevant and they can cause change, they can contribute ideas. I would be happy to spend my time contributing ideas and contributing ways to be successful if I thought there was an infrastructure to do that.
Yes.
It's too hard for me to both invent that infrastructure and contribute ideas, so then it's a barrier. But I tell you what, if you want to create a platform in Pakistan where that becomes easier, then people like you and like myself that are living here in the United States, we would be more than willing to volunteer our service, because that's part of our faith, to make the country better.
If you got an opportunity
Yeah.
to go Pakistan for a visit about a week and discuss ideas, concept, would you be?
Only if you go with me.
Yeah.
You have to go with me, then I'll go. Yes.
See that?
I'm open to it, sure.
Yeah. So we created this Pakistan American Tech Council.
Sure.
Okay.
You added me, that's right.
The purpose of this to bring the technology to Pakistan
Yeah.
and all the sourcing through Pakistan.
Yeah.
We have a young generation, good scientists, IT people, mathematicians, engineers, and they are capable to provide any kind of services to the world. Okay, so our first conference took place in Silicon Valley. That was very successful.
Great.
Okay, and we're doing second one in Southern California soon.
Good.
And we have a very, very talented group in our tech council. There are different minds in technology and biochemistry and IT, mathematician, agriculture, and now we have energies people like you. So that will be fill the gap, inshallah ta'ala.
Okay, inshallah.
Yeah, definitely. In the end, anything you want, you like music or you like food?
Well, everyone likes music and food, but I'll tell you, my father and my mother used to listen to Mehdi Hassan.
Many other.
And on the record players, right?
Yeah.
And so sometimes,
Big LP.
yeah, if I'm on an airplane and I'm wanting to remember my mother and father, who both have passed, that I can remember sitting in their bedroom when I was a kid growing up by playing some music like that. And it soothes me. So I love all kinds of music, but I also listen to Urdu music. And I remember my parents' love for this music as well. Yes.
Excellent. In the end, any good message you want to deliver to inspire the young generation, young people, to how to succeed in this country?
I think in the context of developing a more clear pathway to lift up entrepreneurs, I think there is a way to lift entrepreneurship. You have to create a forum for people to vet their ideas. You have to create a value for those ideas that they can get started. You wouldn't believe the mentoring and the opportunity that can create for the whole country to prosper by following the principles that are on a U.S. Shark Tank. Follow those principles, find those people that have ideas, hear them in their ideas, give them their feedback, fund their ideas with just seed funding, and you would not believe how many businesses you'll have that will be successful. So I would say entrepreneurship is the way, an engine that you should try to spark in the youth.
Thank you very much, Mr. Mujeeb Ijaz.
Yes, nice to meet you as well.
हर जगह हर पल आपका अपना सफीर पाकिस्तान नजर आता है।
So what distinguishes Expert MRI from other privately held companies is the fact that we are a very research and innovation based company. So the patients do have that freedom to be able to get up and leave, and they have the ability to directly speak to the technician. I recommend Expert MRI because proper diagnosis leads to proper treatment. So Expert MRI is focused on accurate diagnosis that then leads to accurate treatment. The key to accurate treatment is accurate diagnosis.
हर जगह हर पल आपका अपना सफीर पाकिस्तान नजर आता है।
नादीन, तो देखते रहिए सफ़ीर पाकिस्तान और जुड़े रहिए सफ़ीर पाकिस्तान से। अगर आपकी नज़र में कोई रिपोर्ट्स है, इवेंट है, प्लानिंग है और कोई ऐसी शख्सियत है जो वाकई एक से एक है, तो हमसे ज़रूर राब्ते में रहिए। इसके साथ ही आपका मेज़बान वकाल खान आपसे जाया जाएगा। अल्लाह हाफ़िज़। पाकिस्तान पाइंदाबाद।
हर जगह हर पल आपका अपना सफीर पाकिस्तान नजर आता है।